Redevelopment Agency meeting of September 17th, 2025 is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV on Cox Cable Channel 2. You could also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m. and the following Monday at 5 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chamber out to the mezzanine. Proceed out the double doors to the terrace and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation, and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that has a need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk's staff. And please note, if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk you walk through to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. We will now move on to agenda item number 3. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. We will set the time at 1 minute. Is there anybody that wishes to address the agency? Seeing no one, I thank you, and we move on to agenda item number 4. For possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the regular redevelopment agency meeting of August 20th, 2025. Mayor Pro Tem, is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Please vote. Oops. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, discussion for possible action regarding funding the amended security grant incentive program designed to proactively support small businesses by providing financial assistance before negative impacts occur, with the goal of promoting economic stability in the redevelopment areas. $250,000 RDA Special Revenue Fund. Redevelopment areas 1 and 2, wards 1, 3, and 5. Mr. Knudsen, Ms. Diaz, and Ms. Summers Armstrong. Please note this item is related to Council Item 18. Ms. Babsky.
Yes, good morning, Mayor. Good morning, City Council members. Dina Babsky, Director of EUD. This item, actually, I wanted to give a little background. About 3 or 4 months ago, you all approved a new security grant program to allow businesses to apply for up to $5,000, given that they meet certain criteria, such as they had a security incident that was documented with the police department, or they were facing issues with the roadway construction that would kind of put a detriment on their traffic. What we've learned through the process as we've been processing these applications is that there's a lot of need for us to actually be more proactive in our approach, and instead of waiting for an incident to happen, our now intent is to make this program available to all eligible businesses in the redevelopment areas in a more proactive way. So essentially get them safe and secure before something bad happens. So this would be the only real change to the program, to make it where the expenses are eligible for any business in the RDA. And also to give you a little bit of a background again, what expenses are eligible. It's things like permanent fencing, lighting, locks, doors, security films, security cameras, and things of that nature. And it's important to remind our constituents and you all is that this is a reimbursement-based program, so they can't install anything and then come back to us later. They have to go through the approval process, get approved, and then move forward with the project. And just to give you some examples of the grants that we've processed already, this is a Best in the West Safety. That's a business in the RDA, and as you can see, their security film was pulled off, so they applied for the grant, which then they used to buy new security film and install it. Another example is the security cameras at 7th and Carson. Similarly, they didn't have one before, but through the grant they were able to install them, and now they can have monitoring. And another example of the actual incident, that did take place, they had a security incident, their windows were broken, so that is one of the eligible costs. They applied for the grant, and then they were able to get their windows replaced. With that said, happy to answer any questions and respectfully ask for your approval.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from the agency members? Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Babsky. I took the crime support specialist from Bolden Area Command to look at one of the businesses in my ward because they had been broken into. And I think it'd be just a request is if we can connect with maybe I think there's 3 different commands within the RDA to talk to their crime security specialist, that when a business approaches us about a grant, that maybe we tie them in with Metro so we can get some recommendations from Metro as how they spend that money. That's just a suggestion.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, Ms. Diaz?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Ms. Babsky. I think that an ounce of prevention is worth its pound and cure. And obviously us being more flexible with providing the funds on the front end makes a difference, a world of difference for a lot of the small businesses in the RDA. And especially in times when we're hearing that everyone has to tighten their belts, that cost of goods have increased, that they want to keep their employees on payroll. And this just facilitates an upgrade that is for everyone's well-being, not only the establishment or the business, but also the consumers, because we're going to be able to enjoy that establishment for years to come in our fabulous city. So to my colleague's comment, I actually have been very intentional in letting my downtown area captain know about this program. And actually, when we deployed the other round or set of funds, I reached out and I said, can you rattle off all of the businesses impacted so we can personally reach out to these businesses and let them know these grant funds are available, because we had a rash of different incidents that happened in certain parts of downtown area command. So I think that it is something that moving forward we should kind of all be rowing in the same direction, and they are the first responders to these incidents, and we should probably let them know, hey, this is happening. And the same thing with our POP teams that are also helping take care of certain areas in our city. I think they should be well apprised and aware so they can also be a conduit and a connector back to your department. Thank you so much.
We'll take care of it.
Yes, of course.
One other thing is it might be more efficient. The first request that Metro makes on every single one of these visits is for the businesses to put up the no trespassing signs with the associated Nevada revised statute. I'm thinking it might be useful for our sign shop to maybe print those, and that's part of our package deals when we do grant out that money if the no trespassing signs come with it. And I think that could be rolled into the program as well.
Okay, we'll look into it.
And Mayor Pro Tem, do we have a motion?
I'm going to move to approve.
Please vote. Post. Motion passes. Agenda item number 6, RA-24-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution of the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency redesignating additional areas for redevelopment valuation on approximately 1,200 acres generally bounded by East Owens Avenue to the north, North Nellis Boulevard to the east, and East Charleston Boulevard to the south. This is Ward 3. Councilwoman Diaz, please note this item is related to Council Item 38, R-65-2025, and Item 69, 25-0285, DAR 1. Ms. Babsky.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council members, Dina Babsky, Director of EUD. We are very excited to present this for your consideration. The 2050 City of Las Vegas Master Plan identifies 16 different sub-areas across the city boundaries, and each of those sub-areas is going to have a special area plan to ensure that neighborhood-level strategies align with our overall city's vision. And East Las Vegas is one of those 16 areas. The East Las Vegas area plan that was approved by City Council back in 2023, Nuestro Futuro, the East Las Vegas Special Area Plan, one of the core ideas in the plan calls for contextual redevelopment of the aging commercial areas in Ward 3 and the east side, transforming them into mixed-use, walkable, vibrant communities. Again, the plan itself, it states that redevelopment in that area will help support the existing businesses, increase economic opportunities, and improve access to public transit overall. And in doing so, that will reinforce the neighborhood identity. So to achieve this, the plan actually calls out and recommends that the redevelopment agency supports the creation of a new redevelopment area that would support the East Las Vegas Special Area Plan. So why a new redevelopment area? What does that really give us? What tools will that allow us to use to help facilitate the redevelopment? When we establish a redevelopment area, we then make tools available and have tools available at our disposal to help assemble the land. As you know, in all of those kind of aging neighborhoods, the land parcels are oddly shaped, they're small, and so to really facilitate a larger, meaningful development, we need to assemble and have larger parcels available. So a redevelopment area establishment would allow for that. Of course, you just all approved the security grant program. That's one of the incentives that we have in our portfolio that could then be available to the businesses in this area, along with our VIP program, our tenant improvements program, and others. Another thing is, of course, the elimination of blight. NRS 279 specifically establishes the goal of a redevelopment agency to eliminate blight. And of course, how do they define it? They define it as, aging, dilapidated buildings, aging infrastructure, again, oddly shaped parcels. And so, the blight based on that development is what we will be looking for in the area as we do the study, and then with the ultimate goal to eliminate it. And then I think it's very important to mention that the dollars generated within a redevelopment area stay in that area. So there is no cross-pollination of funds between different redevelopment areas. As you know, we have two already. This would be the third one. How does the process work to establish the new RDA? So today I am presenting to you all, and that essentially would allow us to start the blight study, where staff will be going out to individual properties and assess them against those criteria I just mentioned in NRS 279 and see if they are in fact blighted per the definition in the statute, and then document the current status of those. Also very important is the neighborhood outreach. We will be meeting, with the community, explaining the process itself, what we're doing there, but also explaining the benefits of a potential establishing the redevelopment area. Obviously it isn't a council and the board's action to establish the area itself. So at the end of this process, we will come back to you with a plan. The proposed designated study area, which I'll show you a map of, the way it was determined, our staff went out and just drove the area and identified some potential sites. They haven't, again, been yet, fully vetted against the criteria. We then presented the proposed study area to our Citizen Advisory Committee, which has 9 members from the 3 wards that are in the RDA, as well as the community members representing different types of businesses. We also received their recommendations, actually had them go out and drive the area themselves, and worked with them to fine-tune our proposal for the study area. And just to give you a little bit of a background on our current redevelopment areas, this is redevelopment area 1 and 2. Area 1 was established back in 1986. It will sunset in 2046. And then redevelopment area 2, which is all the red that you see on the map, that's a smaller area, about 1,000 acres in that one. It was established back in 2012, and it will sunset in 2042. The redevelopment area 1 is actually over 3,200 acres. So this is our biggest and oldest redevelopment area. With that, the proposed study area for the redevelopment area 3 is about 1,200 acres. As you can see, it is primarily in it is all in Ward 3. And again, this is just a study area. We haven't confirmed any parcels, and that's what we will be doing over the next 6 months. I also would like to show a map that I know during briefings yesterday there were questions of how the scale of the maps. The area 3 looks a little bit bigger, so I'd like to show this map right here, what it actually would look like in terms of comparison to the acreage and the size of the other redevelopment areas. So this is all area 1, 3,200 acres. This is redevelopment area 2, about 1,100, and this is the proposed study area for redevelopment area 3. As you can see, there's a lot of spaces in gray. This is primarily single-family detached residential communities, and we would not be studying, those for potential to be in the actual boundary. So the areas that are included is primarily commercial corridors, retail, street-facing areas that would be prime for redevelopment. May I have my PowerPoint back, please? Perfect, thank you. So, where we are today, the Planning Commission was presented this plan back on August 12th. They unanimously approved it and supported it. So here we are presenting it to you today for your consideration. If all goes well today, then our staff will conduct the blight study over the next 6 months, the public outreach that I just mentioned, and we will draft a preliminary redevelopment plan for the area and bring it back for your consideration and the establishment. I know outreach is very, very important anytime we do things that will impact the community. So we have a great plan, and we will work closely with our communications team on the bilingual public outreach that will fit the community needs, and we want to be sure we communicate well and clear. The outreach will focus on the property owners, the residents, as well as businesses, and that will be done through multiple meetings, community engagements, and we'll have staff available to answer any questions during the blight study as they're there, assessing the properties. As I mentioned, redevelopment plan has certain things required by NRS. They're clearly stated that we need to identify the reasons why we're doing it, describe the conditions of each individual property, talk about how we would finance the projects, and as we all know, that's through the property tax increment, anything that we do in an RDA. And of course, we will bring that back to the Planning Commission and to you all for your consideration, and just make sure that we're all in alignment. And before I answer any questions, I'd like to thank the board because, you all have been very supportive in our efforts in the redevelopment areas 1 and 2, and I do feel like we've done a lot there, starting with the medical district, the arts district, gateway district, and then now we have a lot of activity happening in the historic west side, and a lot more to come around the Cashman redevelopment. So we're truly excited for this opportunity to continue to do the work that we do now in Ward 3. So thank you for your support, and I also would like to thank our Executive Director of the RDA, Mike Jansen, for his leadership. And not to forget the folks that actually have been working on this very diligently and have a lot more work to do over the next 6 months is my redevelopment manager, Tracy Reich, her staff, Alex, and of course, our city attorney's office. They have been very, very helpful. So with that, I'd like to ask you for your support.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from agency members? Yes, Ms. Bruni.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Babsky, are we internally doing the blight study, or do we contract out with a third party? And are we doing the public outreach internally, or are we also contracting out with someone to do that?
Yes, thank you. Through you, Mayor. We will be doing it internally. We have done that historically for all of our redevelopment areas, 1 and 2, and any expansions that we've done in the past. So the staff will have dedicated staff to work on each individual property, and the outreach will be developed with Mr. Riggleman's team, and we will work side by side to make sure it's successful.
Yes, Ms. Armstrong.
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Babsky for taking the time to sit and talk with me about this yesterday and helping me to understand. I'm new and I'm trying to learn all the ins and outs, and it can be complicated, but we know that these types of innovations help us increase the values in our communities and make cohesiveness and just bring life. And so thank you so much, and I'm excited about this.
Okay. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Diaz?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I just, before I make my motion, I want to say that, we started by starting the campaign to get information from our constituents. The east side of the city is a side of the city that feels often forgotten by us, and that we haven't done a lot of investing in making sure that that community continues to be lifted and continues to not go to blight. So that's why I think we set forth the engagement and the surveying, and we came up and developed with the Nuestro Futuro plan. At East Las Vegas, it's our future. Now we're trying to get tools in our tool belt to then execute the vision of our residents, of our small business owners, of the entire community, and the way to do it is to go this step. And I'm optimistically hopeful that the study will come back with lots of information and hopefully support to move forward in a positive direction. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move to approve agenda item 6.
Okay, please vote. Post. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Agenda item 7, RA-25-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Commercial Visual Improvement Program agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and New Woo Art LLC located at 218 East Charleston Boulevard to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, and authorizing the execution of a CVIP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $25,000, RDA Special Revenue Fund. Redevelopment Area 1, Ward 3, Ms. Diaz. Please note this item is related to Council Item Number 37, R-64-2025. Ms. Babsky.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council members, Dina Babsky, Director of EUD. I am excited to present for your consideration a VIP grant with the guidelines of our visual improvement program. But before I present the project itself, I'd like to welcome our applicant, tenant, and property owner, Mr. Fawn Douglas. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Mayor, Council, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak before you today. I'm a half owner of the 218 East Charleston building in the Las Vegas Arts District, myself, Fawn Douglas, and my partner, A.B. Wilkinson. We've taken on this project as we already have an arts compound on Maryland Parkway, 1331 South Maryland Parkway, with the New Woo Art Gallery and Community Center. We're going on 5 years, but what we do not have is the foot traffic for our artists to sell their wares and their goods. And so what we've done over the past year is we've purchased this building that was very dilapidated. And wanting to, really, we care about Las Vegas, we care about this city, it's on our southern Paiute lands, and we want to revitalize it. And so with this project, we want to initiate bringing more arts into the arts district, especially as it pertains to Native American and indigenous arts and other local arts. We We have a number of Great Basin artists, of course, here locally and just through the state of Nevada. But what we're going to be doing is bringing something very unique. We're going to be bringing a portion of this gallery space, because it is 3,800 square foot warehouse. We're going to be cutting that into 3 parts. The first part is the retail store, which will be run by our nonprofit Indigenous AF. And the center will be a fine arts gallery. And the back of house will be our distribution center and place for packaging and selling merchandise online. And so with your graces, I'm open to answering any questions, and please let me know what you would also need of me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Douglas. Just a little bit more detail on the project itself. So the site is located at 218 East Charleston Boulevard. So it's on the south side of Charleston, and I'm sure we all have driven by it. In the area, as we know, there is a lot of growth happening between the new residential, the retail, arts galleries, food and beverage places. So a lot happening in the arts district. Exterior before, so this is the building Ms. Douglas was referring to. As you can see, there is, it's heavily, it's dilapidated, it has graffiti. The windows had a lot of posters, and so, with this grant, Ms. Douglas and her partners will be able to move forward with their exterior renovations. So this is the exterior after the proposed renderings, complete remodeled. So there is replacement of windows, signage, there is new facade, parking lot upgrades, and of course installing new gates and security access. The property owner and the applicant, they are investing a big amount of dollars into the project, of which $163.9 thousand is going to go towards the exterior improvements, which makes them eligible for the full amount of $25,000 from the redevelopment agency. The exterior work for which this grant is being applied for will start in October, November, hopefully once you all vote on it, and the completion will be just a few weeks down the road. So with that, I am also happy to answer any questions and ask respectfully for your approval.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from agency members? Seeing none, is there a motion? Councilwoman Diaz.
And before I make my motion, Mayor, I do have a question. I saw the walls and the renditions, but I'm sure you have some maybe aspirations to bring some murals and some artists to put their art on your walls. Is that going to happen, Ms. Douglas?
Yes, of course. We're really looking forward to beautifying this space. Over the past year, it has been, heavily graffitied and such. And so we're really anxious to get started on this project and for, some beautiful murals and arts to grace the arts district area.
All right. I knew that you were a shoo-in for that answer, but I just wanted to make sure because you do have a lot of connections to artists in our community that can bring and elevate that space and add some artistic contributions to the adjacency.
Yes, absolutely. Even currently at the New Art Gallery on Maryland Parkway, we have the Brian Martinez exhibition. I would invite each and every one of you and the audience as well to please come and see what we're doing. We have gallery hours Thursday through Saturday. You can find us at newwooart.com.
Awesome. So with that, I enthusiastically move to approve agenda item 7.
Please vote. Post. Motion passes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Council.
Agenda item number 8, RA-26-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the agency reimbursement agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and Gonzo. Excuse me a minute, what's the matter?
Do we?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. To continue, Gonzo Madness LLC tenant concerning the retail lease of 525 South Main Street, Suite 150, is in the best interest of the public and to be in compliance and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency, $600,000 RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area 1, Ward 3, Ms. Diaz.
Thank you, Mayor. Council members, I would like to request that this item be held in abeyance until October 15th meeting.
Yes, thank you so much. Is there a motion, Ms. Diaz?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I move to hold agenda item 8 in abeyance until the October 15th RDA meeting.
Please vote. Post. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Agenda item number 9, citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the redevelopment agency. No subject may be acted upon by the redevelopment agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. Is there anyone wishing to speak under this portion of the agenda? Please come forward. Please state your name for the record. Okay. Please limit your comments to 2 minutes.
Thank you. My name is Gail Serena Tolbert. To the esteemed mayor and members of the city council, again, my name is Gail, Gayle, Serena, Cerina, Tolbert, Tolbert, and I'm here on behalf of the Doolittle Active Adult Community Center. I'm very excited and honored to be here today. First, I'd like to start by saying thank you all for your hard work and dedication. Thank you for providing valuable resources, activities, programs, and services for the seniors here in Las Vegas, and especially for the seniors at Doolittle. We acknowledge and enjoy the new renovations at Doolittle. They are greatly appreciated. Today, we are here seeking your continued support. I'd like to bring to your attention a petition, and the petition is signed by the members of the Doolittle community, signed and prepared by the members of the Doolittle community. In addition to the petition, seniors have written letters of recommendations expressing their concerns and ideas for many more additional improvements. I've also included a few pictures for further illustration. We're asking you to take a good look at these pictures. Please read the letters and consider our recommendations. In addition, we seek the council's approval to form an action committee consisting of dedicated members of the Doolittle Community Center. The goal of the member committee is to work along with your office to address the issues as they arise. It is our goal that the Doolittle Members Committee work together with the mayor and the city council to promote, create, and maintain a welcoming, clean, and safe, environmental-friendly space for active seniors to thrive as they continue to live out and enjoy our golden years.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else wishing to address the redevelopment agency? Seeing no one, the redevelopment agency meeting is adjourned.